If we don't reform the legislature, I think the Democratic majority is in serious jeopardy. We have to reform the legislature. And again, I was late getting on board, but I am four square on board. And there are examples in history. I'm not going to get too carried away. As I said on the floor of the House the other day, I'm not Paul on the way to Damascus, and the Pennsylvania Turnpike is not the road to Damascus. But I've been knocked off the donkey. I've seen the light. And obviously, that's not an extravagant statement when you think that the President Pro Tem of the Senate, Mr. Jubileer, was knocked down badly in Blair County. The Senate leader, who had been as wonderfully attentive to his district as I have been able to be to Masontown and Point Marion and Brownsville and German Township and Luzerne Township. I've been able to do many, many things, but I give Timmy Mahoney a great deal of credit. He was not all that well received on day one or day two because of his pronouncements about me. I have a lot of good pals that have allowed me to be a leader in Harrisburg, but he has convinced a lot of people within our rank and file, our chairmanship level, and at the highest level of our leadership team about the appropriateness of his work, and that's why we put him on the Speaker's Reform Commission. I don't think these rural townships, these hard-pressed, cash-strapped school districts in 80 boroughs should have an election without very, very serious debate. To have a majority leader, as I said, I was elected by 50 people from Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, one from my district. I think we need to have that kind of interplay. I think you have to articulate the issues. I think you have to know the issues, and just a happy, warm persona isn't quite enough. Free. I think Tim and Bill, as you alluded, can be involved in water lines, in sewer lines, and in transportation efforts. And on the margins, in economic development efforts with Fay Penn or the commissioners in Greene and Fayette. But essentially, I think any politician that paints some Pollyanna-ish scheme, how they're going to enhance the economy, is doing so with some jeopardy. We live in a free market economy. And although I did engineer the arrival of two big state penitentiaries at $125 million a copy, 735 jobs at each setting, I'm not necessarily proud of that relative to economic development. Now,